You ever read a scripture and accidentally convicted yourself? Child, let's talk about it. Day 14 of 31 of Shopaholic Diaries. I've been talking about my shopping addiction. Today is July 14th, 2026. In yesterday's video, I mentioned that today I was planning to read Luke 12:13 through 21. Did you do your homework? Did you read it, girl? Did you read it? I'm going to go ahead and read it now. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, I have been reading through Luke. And this is a scripture that I read yesterday. So we're going to read it today. Here we go. And one of the company said unto him, Master, speak to my brother that he divide the inheritance with me. And he said unto him, Man, who made me a judge or a divider over you? And he said unto them, Take heed and beware of covetousness. For a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, The ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, What shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits. And he said, This will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater. And there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be, which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasures for himself, and is not rich toward God. When I think about this verse, I usually focus on the part that says, he is tearing down barns to build bigger barns. I look at that as being wasteful, because there's nothing wrong with these barns. Why are you tearing them down? Just to build bigger ones for you to store more. That's pretty much some of what I've been thinking. But when I was reading today and I read through other people's thoughts on this scripture, y'all, he could have been distributing some of those things to the poor. He had all of this abundance of crops. I'm sure there were people who were hungry. Jesus even says the poor you will always have with you. There is nothing wrong with making sure that you provide for yourself. But when you have an abundance, why wouldn't you help other people? Why wouldn't you go and say, Hey, I have this. Let me help you. At the last verse, it says, So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich toward God. I've mentioned in other videos how, you're supposed to lay your treasures up in heaven. Again, there's nothing wrong with preparing here. But what is more important to you? Physical things or making sure that you're going to heaven when you die? I have spent so much time focused on physical things for different reasons. We've talked about some of my reasons for doing this. This is in my face. Whether it be feeling of loneliness, lack of socialization, dealing with things that's happened in my life. And so it kind of takes up the slack. But with all that aside, I can still enjoy. I will just focus on my bags because that is what we've been talking about mainly. I can enjoy my bags. But I also should be doing something to help other people. Now, I'm good at being a good listening ear, but there are other things I can be doing to help people. I know when I've been selling these bags, the thought is, hey, let me go and pay off my bag debt, which is good. It's very responsible. And I cannot change the past. I can make better decisions in the future. All of my bags I did not put on credit cards. But what if I would have used some of that money and helped people? Yes, I give away my clothes. I give away things and I don't have any problem with that. But that's a convenient thing too, because I don't want to store these. So I'm going to give them away. I guess I'm just thinking about priorities. There is absolutely nothing wrong at all with buying things. So I've said that before. Do not let people shame you for things you already did. But I guess I am really, really starting to focus on the fact that I could be doing better. So much of my mind is consumed with things because I like things. And there's nothing wrong with liking things. It's It has occupied too much time in my mind. And then that brings me to the other thing I was thinking about. And I've thought about this before. A lot of my YouTube channel was built on showing bags. And I've done some unboxings. And honestly, unboxings are not sustainable for me. And be honest, I don't even show all of my unboxings because, honey, I like the bag. I want to get to the bag. I don't have to show it on here. But the thought that maybe my views will go down because I may not be as centered on buying new bags, I've thought about that. Being a content creator, you kind of think about what will help your channel to grow. But doing unboxing videos really is not sustainable. I mean, I can unbox my Amazon stuff for y'all. If y'all want to see what I buy on a regular basis, that's fine. From time to time, yeah, I'm going to get a new bag. And I can show that to you. But I don't know. Just a lot to think about. I know I'm kind of rambling. I'm just putting this all together. But the important thing is I really do need to focus on other things. I told you guys that after the wreck last year in February of 2025, I was wondering, what am I supposed to be doing? What is my purpose here? And it really is to be a good Christian, spread the gospel. And in doing that, I really do need to get out of the house. And I've talked about this stuff before in other videos. I'm just rambling. We're just having a little chit chat here. But what I will say is I can do this and you can too. We can do this. The important thing is we've learned, hey, I got a shopping addiction. We're not going to be ashamed of what we did in the past, but we're going to learn from it and we're going to do better. We're going to do better. We're going to help people that we can help. And we're going to focus on laying our treasures in heaven and not on earth where moth and dust doth corrupt and where thieves do break through and steal. Girl, I hope this made some sense, honey, because I know I'm rambling. But thank you guys so very much for watching. Thank you for being here. And Lord willing, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.